Hi guys, this is another Relax and Paint, and I love that it's going to be on Wednesdays, and you can choose to check it out in the morning and kind of watch it while you're relaxing and waking up, and then think about it during the day, and then maybe after you do your errands and come back, sit down, take a deep breath, and just relax and paint with me. And so you can watch it more than once. You can also subscribe so you make sure you get them each week. So these are some colors that I like to do when I'm doing animals, like for fur, or even when I do a Santa and do the beard, which we recently did. And there's all kinds of reasons that you would use this rake brush. Now, what I want you to see with this rake brush, let's get a little bit closer, is the brush is like a flat brush to here. So it's got thick, thick bristles all the way to there. And then they've been thinned out so you get less bristles on the tip. So you need this pressure. And people say, why don't you have it really just a few bristles all the way to the ferrule? And that's because there would be no pressure on it and they would be wimpy. Does that make sense? So you have all this thickness here, and that's going to help these thin bristles move. All right. So I've used this right from the thick paints. All right. So let me show you kind of how that works. All right. If I was doing this, I'm going to pull this as a rake with a thick paint without water. All right. So I don't know if that's going to be blown out too much for you. There we go. Let's see. It has to focus on something. There we go. Now I'm going to take a little bit of water and make it a little thin. So then I can show you that it moves a little bit better for you. There we go. Look at that. All right. So when I do a Santa's beard, I might do gray underneath and then come back and put the white on top. So let me show you what happens here. I would like to start down here where I have a little curl. See, my little finger helps me. All right, see how it curls a little bit? Now this can be an angel with blonde. This can be metallic like I'm showing that I have here. And then I want you to see that I'm going to keep adding to it more water. All right, so I put my Santa, I put it on a gray, medium gray background. And I want to just see how this looks on black. Now look what happens. I can have some laid this way and see how you can see underneath. Some this way and layer going up. So what's fun about this is as you're layering it, and it might dry and start looking like you can see through it more than you want. It's okay. You just come up here and pick some more. Look, I thinned it out right here. So isn't this kind of fun? Simple. And then I can come back over here and add and add and add. Okay, so what I did do is come back some of the places and add to it. Can you see that? So just keep adding until you like what it looks like. All right, so here's our little Santa. See his beard all in there. He can be a short little stubby little Santa. And then you can take and push down and stand up. Have a little mustache. See, I use thicker paint. A little bit more, a little bit more. Now that's too much. That got too thick here. But look, I can bring fresh white right on top of that. But see, the deal is, I can't get too close, it gets fuzzy. But the deal is that you can see each one of these little streaks. And you can take a little liner and come in here and add a little bit here, put the little lips in here. All right, so there we are. I also like to come out from his hat and do a couple curls going different ways from underneath the Santa cap. All right, so think about angel hair, Santas. And now I'm going to come down here a little bit lower, and let me show you. If I'm doing like a raccoon or any kind of cow or dog or cat, I've done calico cats this way too. All right, so here's what I do. I'm going to layer. I'm going to keep picking up paint. Now, so you can tell I need water because I've got thick now. There we go. See that? So I've done owls this way, and this is like the feathering that comes around the eye. Okay, so then that's white. I know it doesn't look like much, but then I could take some burnt sienna. Now this, I'm using multi-surface paint, by the way. So see, this is all multi-surface, which means it goes on a multitude of different surfaces. But some colors are just acrylic, and this is a folk art multi-surface, folk art acrylic, and these are the paints I use every day. Okay, so I'm going to come in here, thin it just a little bit. Let me put it here so you can see that I'm just grabbing it. So it picks up a little bit of white and makes even a lighter shade than white. I use black too, but since I'm on black, I'm not going to do black. So that just gives you a little bit of color. You can come in here and then pick up stronger burnt sienna. Okay, that's over the really wet white. Now I'm going to take and wet this burnt umber. So white, burnt sienna, and then burnt umber. All right, that's a little too thin. I probably should use black again because black gives you a stronger definition. So let me put a little bit of black out. And it's kind of fun, just playing around with it. We actually could just use this rake brush the whole time. So look, I'm going to come in and out. See, I went longer on some. But I'm going to go ahead and show you some other things with the fan brush too. I just don't want to be too long so you feel like, oh, that was a long time and I was supposed to have a quick little relaxing time with Donna. My voice is a little deep and they tell me that I get into a zone and that you guys are out there going, oh, she's putting me to sleep. Now, I definitely don't want to put you to sleep when I'm showing you fun little steps to make fur. See, I'm coming back and this is how I did calico cats. I alternated the color. So see, I didn't put much water, but then when I came and put the brown in here again, and then I can put the black in here again. See, I don't know if you can tell really well, but it gives you a pretty finish, okay? Just enjoy the process of making that fur or hair or whatever. Like I just will take white, burnt umber and burnt sienna and just do a cow and do, like if I'm coming in here, I will do the whole body. Say he's a rusty colored cow. I know there's a color for cows. Say I've got this cow, I'm following the shape of his leg or his tummy or whatever, and then on the head or whatever. And then sometimes they're curly, so I'll do curly ones. All right, so that's kind of thick right now. And come here a little bit. All right, so then I can come in here and I can add some darker brown around the edges to give you a little bit more depth. There you go. I think you see that a little bit better. and little curls. All right. So then I'm going to wipe that a little bit and just pick up a little bit of white. And every once in a while, that will give it a little bit of light in here. See a little bit of curl that way. And it doesn't have to be this color. It could be yellow ochre. It could be coffee latte. I've used all different colors. And so as you're doing your fur, this is going to look more and more realistic, like you've done some real cow hair or fur. I'm trying to figure out animals. They're different. Okay, so look, right all in the chest, they'll be really curly. Okay, so I hope you learned something right there. That's kind of fun, showing you beard, hair, fur. Okay, so I'm going to take a few minutes. I still want to show you something up here where we have some space right here. Focus. All right, are you relaxing? Are you thinking, oh, that looks so easy, I'd like to try it? I'd like to know what you're thinking. So this is metallic. I use color shift or just folk art multi-surface metallics. I love peridot. I want you to see that you can take a blonde angel hair and then put some luster of gold into the brown hair maybe, or the yellow ochre, and get this really pretty finish. Also, remember, you can come up, let me show you this. You can come up on the chisel. See, I'm up on the edge of this brush. My little fingers helping me, and I'm just doing a few little pieces of grass. But look, I can also bring grass. I gotta wet it. Now, it's not the same when you wet metallic, but I want you to see that if I take and I pull up like this, I can get the little grass, and then I can do some tall pieces. All right. And then I can put browns in that, or I can come in here with white. I hear a little bits of white. And then I can just tap, 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 tap. Tap those little fuzzies and just give yourself another little teeny wildflowers on the metallic, because sometimes it just looks good metallic and not colors. Okay, all right, that's my rake. The rake can be straight paint, or you can take it into water. Okay, did you learn something while you're relaxing? By the way, this is one of my specialty brushes and my lavender signature brushes. And the lavender signature brushes, all the specialty brushes have my flowers, all right? Like the Scruffy's different brushes, all right? And then, and my rake, fan, all right? So those come out of 13-piece most used brushes by Donna Dewberry. All right, so we're gonna put that aside. And I'm just going to show you with the metallic and the gold really quick. Look, I can come in here and I can just do, ooh, that didn't work. Look, I can take, and depending on how big I'm doing, I can do that also, like a mane on a horse. But I want you to see, I'm going to tap, tap, tap with water. All right, this is my fan. Tap, 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 tap. Let's get some white. I put some gold first, but let's just do white. It might show better. Now I'm tapping until it's inky. All right, real thin, depending on what surface I'm on. All right, this is one of my favorite things to use a fan brush with. All right. So you take another brush. Oops, I got water all down here. You take a brush, and this wood handle is going to tap on this wood handle. Are you with me? Are you awake? This wood handle and this wood handle are going to tap. So I can tap and get little splatters, or tap heavy and get a lot of splatters. And look how fun. Now, when that dries, I do this with my glitter, with extreme glitter, and it puts glitter all over. I do this on fabric too, on ornaments, or if I just want a teeny bit, I lightly tap and get little splatters like fly specks, little teeny ones. All right, so you'll see a lot of my purple box, I did ornaments, and I speckled those. Oh, that's kind of fun, huh? All right, I use that a lot, handle on handle. People are up here going like this, and the other thing people do is, how do they do that? Oh, they hit this. But this right here, fan out like that, not like this, like that, is going to give you the splatters. Can you use a toothbrush? Yes. Can you use another brush? I have people for years that have used a brush and splatter like this, but that's the least messy and the quickest is this. All right, so let me show you one last thing because I'm taking so much time. All right, I'm going to take the fan brush. Remember I said it could be wet or not wet. And I'm going to do all dark green on one side and all light green on the other side. All right, or you can go right in the middle. All right, so I'm going to take, and I'm going to see if you can see this. I'm going to take and do some grass like this. Okay, or I can go in between the two and I can chisel edge up some grass from here. All right, you saw me doing that earlier, right? All right, now just remember that's grass, but if I'm doing a tree, I'm going to lay this down. See, I fold it in half and I pounce an area, and this is on top of a branch. Pretend that's on a branch. So that's all dark. Then I can turn it over and just tap some light pieces. So I'm folding the brush in half and I tap some light pieces. Isn't that kind of fun? Now this is what most people try to do with the fan brush. I'm going back and forth, turning. All right. What a lot of people try to do with the fan brush, which is not my favorite thing, is when I see this. I don't want it on here. Let me get another piece. I don't like it when you go like this, like a curve on your tree. Okay, so we want to get away from this and do more of this look, because you're going to put the dark in the background first. Dark, 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 because you have to have dark to see light. Have you ever heard me say that? If you're a newbie, you haven't. But then if I come back and I can put some light here, the brush is folded. Okay. So you can break it up a little bit, and there's no mistakes. If you get it too light, just come back with some dark and add some dark back in. Okay, how fun is that? Simple. All right, so now what I'm going to do, I then took this brush. I've done this on the shopping channel before, and even the cameraman goes, oh, you know how fast you did that? So I did that grass, then I go like this, and I have a path coming towards me. More paint, lots of paint, thick, no water. You'll see I'm bringing the path towards me. All right. So I like doing this. I make a tree and I put all this greenery underneath, and it's like in a meadow. All right. So then I rinse that brush out of all the green. All right. Then it's dry. All right, so I can tap some pink, that's just magenta and white, wicker white and magenta. Okay, now when I'm doing this, guys, see I'm getting it really into the brush. Now, when I'm doing this, I want you to see that the white, I'm keeping it at the top. So it can be blue and white. So you do bluebells, or it can just be a little bit of this pink coming down, a little bit on the green grass. And I just keep going across here. Same thing, if I get too much, I can come back and add some little grass in front of this. Okay, so there's some pink. Let's come over here. See, I keep getting paint. I can just do really light poofs. See, really light coming up there. And some areas will be dark, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you some more I'm going to do there. All right, I'm almost done for the morning. Okay, so I think I've gone over too much. Well, you guys tell me if you want it short and sweet, shorter and sweeter, or if I'm in a roll, just keep on going. So what I like is participation, which you show pictures if you try it and say where you tried it, because I need subscribers. I have a goal in the next couple of months to hit 100,000 and subscribers. And if you help me do that, I will give you more and more free funds from Relax and Paint with me. I might surprise you and come and do more than one a week. All right, so now here's some yellow. So look, I can then come in here and just use the back edge. Now I'm just tapping on this edge. See how that yellow looks in there? Well, sometimes it needs a little bit of white also. And you know, just white looks pretty when you're out here passing this around, like I did on the gold, just a little bit of white. And so I don't want to get too much on the green here, but I can come all the way down here and add some yellow. So this is like in a field, and if you put some red and all, it's got poppies. So see how fun that is? So I'm going to post this picture and hope I inspire you guys. And we're kind of in a hurricane. And so I'm hoping to get this post up so that we can say it's Wednesday, but if I'm hit with a hurricane, you're going to go, how did she do that in a hurricane? But I thought ahead just for you guys. I hope you're happy about that. All right, I need to stop. But there's a fan brush. You can wet it, really inky. You can go thick paint, or you can thin it out and work with it thin. All right, so you guys have fun, and thank you for watching. And take a deep breath and relax when you're stroking. And whatever it looks like, just like this, is free and easy and fun. All right, so share with your friends. Love you guys. See you next time.